broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hey, AfterBuzz fans! Thank you for tuning in again this week. As Oris Greg Goodness, our intrepid host, would normally welcome you. Hello, Internet. Thank you for joining us this week. I'm going to do my best Greg Goodness impersonation that I can. He's out sick. Guys, thank you for joining us. We are talking about Archer Reignition Sequence, Episode 10, Season 6. I'm your host, Zach Wilson. As I said, Greg Goodness, feeling ill tonight. If you get the chance, please tweet your well-wishings or your hate at him. He will enjoy both.
Absolutely.
But I say please well-wishings. We want him to get better soon. You can tweet him at Greg Goodness. And you can tweet at me to throughout the week. I want to know what you guys are thinking about Archer. I'm at that Zach Wilson. And joining me on tonight's panel, he's here. He's not ill.
Well, I am in the head a little bit, but I am here. Scott Moore. You can find me on the Twitter at sman80. That's SMAN80.
Yeah, and guys. Yeah, and if you haven't done so already, go on to youtube.com/AfterBuzzT, where you can subscribe to this and many other AfterBuzz TV shows. Over 100 shows a week. That's incredible.
That's a lot of shows.
You can get it on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, lots of ways. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Thumbs up button. Click that thumbs up button. It's like right there or
somewhere in that area.
Yeah, it's right there. You can do it. It takes a second.
Yes, and we love the comments. Love them.
Yes.
No matter what they are.
And we will do some shout-outs to our YouTube commenters later. So yeah, let's talk about this ridiculous episode where we just open up on Lana and Archer in the most... We all know these people.
Right.
I think it's safe to say.
At this point, towards the latter part of the 6th season, we know them pretty well.
Oh, no, I just meant these type of people.
Oh, these type of people
life.
in a break room at the yes.
Like the people
Absolutely.
who are just like schmoopy, like we're so cute, just like hanging out in public, twirling each other's hair. I know I have friends that do that, and you're just like, I want to punch you in the face.
It's obnoxious.
And we've at the same time we've all been guilty of it at one time or another, and
except for Greg. Hey, he's out sick, so he can't say anything.
He can't defend himself.
But no, it's true. We have seen many of those type of people, and it is very obnoxious. And I just love the way we opened that, and then we panned out and we see the entire group there, and it's hanging out in the break room. That was great.
That was awesome. The burrito feeding.
Yeah.
Was this episode has a lot of weird stuff. That was probably the most disturbing moment.
It was.
Potentially this season.
Yes, especially when she said, "Oh, bring it with you."
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They're having their discussion. There's like, oh, where do you want to do it? The men's room? No, the broom closet. It's dirtier. I want to know your opinion, Scott. Which is dirtier, broom closet or men's room?
Well, if we're just talking about germs, no. Come on, the men's room would definitely be dirtier. Broom closet's more private. The men's room, you could be caught.
Yeah, the broom closet has all kinds of cleaning supplies in there, so you assume it's probably pretty clean.
Right. I'm just saying.
Lana thinks the broom closet is dirtier.
Right. I'm saying the men's room, but we know how men are. But I'm just saying, just the opportunity of being caught, I feel like that would be more of a enticement to go into the men's room versus the broom closet.
Yeah, plus let's face it, the men's bathroom, Pam's in there, and that's just nobody's having a good time in there.
Exactly.
So Archer and Lana, and they set up this fun little, we're going to have a date. Because Archer goes to Cheryl and brings back...
You're right.
All the way back to season 1.
Yes.
Stir Friday.
I know. I couldn't believe they brought that back. That was great.
That's from, I think, episode 2.
Yeah, it was way from the very beginning.
And after I gave you Stir Friday. Yeah, I've always wanted to know what his original name for it was. Because he goes, Stir Friday. Oh, that is much better.
Yeah.
Guess what we call it? Stir Friday.
Stir Friday.
It has to be something so terrible.
Right.
But so...
yeah, I was trying to think. I'm like, I can't.
No, there's nothing.
No.
It's Cyril, though.
I'm
sure it was horrible.
Yeah.
But so Archer's gonna try to do... He's trying to be a good boyfriend here.
It's surprising to actually see him like this.
Yeah. Well, except for the whole thing where, don't tell my mother that we both work with.
Yeah, right?
The legitimate question, though, should he tell her?
Why not? What would be the reason not to tell her? I mean, besides it being her. But...
Well, as he puts it, she tries to sabotage his relationships because she can't handle him being in a relationship.
Right, because, and I get that, but at the same time, it's sort of it's a different circumstance now because it's like her granddaughter's mother. I'm trying to think that in my head, but like
you might be giving Mallory too much credit here.
No, but I do think that it's different in that sense than what it might have been in the past, even for Mallory. Just saying.
Fair enough. So Archer, I mean, now they're going on. They go on they're getting ready for this date, and that's when our drones get involved. They get very, very deeply involved with Operation Stir Cry Day. I lost it at Stir Cry Day. Really, I think our collection of drones are the shining stars of this episode.
Absolutely.
Their mission. They had some of the best jokes.
They did.
Well, like, they're talking about, like, being jealous of the, like, because that's the thing, is, like, when you see people being all cutesy like that, like,
especially your friends, and, you know.
It's a fair question. Is it that you hate the way they're behaving, or is it that you're jealous of them?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's a little column A, column B. It's a little bit of that projecting, like, you hate them because you're jealous that they have that. You know, because if you were the one in that situation, it would be different. So the hate comes from the jealousy.
Yeah. But I mean, they think Ray is probably just jealous. It's like, wait, nobody's rubbing off on my face. That's the problem.
I love the fact that they were going to try to pitch in for hookers, an upscale, like $10,000. Oh yeah, $2,000 each. Yeah. Like, sure, no problem.
We have to find a hooker in New York City that Archer has not slept with. 10,000 hookers, you got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah.
I love that there's so many little details. They just Adam was just rapid firing jokes through in this episode. Cheryl was like, I have the solution. You can't just throw acid on it. Acid is not always the solution. It is if you're talking about a solution with an overly alkaline pH balance.
Yeah.
It's like, what is... Great stuff.
So good. I mean, even at the very beginning when Krieger's like, technically anything is breakfast at the first meal of the day, because I've actually said that. I'm like, it's breakfast if you eat it in the morning, or if it's 7 o'clock at night and it's your first meal of the day, it's still breakfast. So I appreciated that he said that.
It's very true. I tell myself that every time I have teriyaki chicken for breakfast. I do that a surprising amount.
Good to know.
It is a delicious breakfast. It's a delicious Japanese healthy breakfast. I will defend myself to the ends of the earth, Scott.
You can have that. That's all you there.
Let's talk real quick. What did you think of Cheryl's little, like, flip book story plan thing?
I thought that was great. It was like a deviation from our normal animation. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was it was almost like a Pixar film.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
little, like,
exactly.
Subsection.
Right. I love that they had that insert there, and you know, even the story itself was just its usual fun, quick-paced, jokey, great stuff. But I love the animation. I loved how they did that. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, she has this whole elaborate, like, not Cheryl. We're not surprised if she has a crazy elaborate scheme that involves stealing a baby, framing a German guy for murder, getting him killed, and then, but then she launches into the baby. They're gonna send it off to Brazil to
Bhutan,
train to train in the.
Which was funny because I brought up Bhutan today randomly. I'm like, how is that brought up again on the show tonight? That was very odd.
Wait, where is Bhutan?
It's in Asia, and it's supposedly one of the happiest nations on the planet. So I love the fact that they brought it up.
I learned something.
But it was random that I actually had brought that up at work today, and there it was in the episode. But I love that. Yeah, she's like, now I have more time because I've got 20 years. It gives you more time to plan.
I love the little drop, like the little reference, like that she's going to be trained by Ra's al Ghul.
Yes, I know. It was like, again, like you're saying, just throwing these things out there, these little bombs the whole time.
Did Cheryl just throw a Batman reference into this? Right. No, but the animation, like the whole thing was really cool. Like,
it was great.
And the fact that she didn't just think this crazy plan out, she drew
it out.
She drew it out into an elaborate flip book.
Which was great. And I thought that was really fun. And kudos again to the animation team for putting that in there too. That was great.
I mean, it's at season 6. When you reach season 6 of a show, like it's time. You just start. It's time to It is time to start taking swings.
Absolutely.
That sentence was a lot harder than I thought.
Right, but the thing that's really great about this, I mean, on one hand, it's like they have the comfort level of being able to be a little edgier because they know they already have a season 7. But on the flip side, it's incredible the way they've kept it so fresh and fast-paced and quick-witted at this point too, because it can be really tough to keep a show like this going and keep it fresh and fun. And I think it's awesome the way they've been able to do that. Yeah. At this point in a show's run,
it's tough to stay fresh in season 6
and to keep the jokes going and the writing to be. I mean, it's just on par, and it's been a lot of fun.
After 75 episodes, it's especially when 98% of them have been written by Adam Reed. It might even be 100.
Yeah, it's
just
pretty,
like some co-writtens in there.
It's pretty impressive, and again, it's the attention to detail too, like of the jokes and the references. Like the Le Retour de Martin Guerre. The whole. Yeah. I mean, that is such a specific.
Did your dick get bigger?
like such a detailed reference that you're like, wow, and how they did the correlation with that movie and all that. I mean, it's,
I've never heard of that movie before.
It's like from the early 80s. What's his name was in it? Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah.
And it's basically about a guy, I don't remember the whole thing, but he like disappears for a while, and then somebody comes back and they claim, acting like it's the same guy, and they claim that he's an imposter. So they took that whole thing and ended up drilling it down into dick size, because they're basically saying it's like a different person kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's a so I again, that was such a specific reference and something so detailed, and then to be able to bring it into a joke like that is so smart.
Yeah. Another character that we we'll talk about Woodhouse.
Yeah.
Let's deal with Woodhouse real quick. We finally got some attention to the fact that Woodhouse hasn't been around.
Exactly, and we talked about that a few episodes ago, and we kept wondering, okay, are they going to bring it back? And they did, and I guess I'll save some of this for predictions, but I'm wondering how they're framing this. I'm like, when we're going to see him, or
Lost Valet.
Yeah.
I want Woodhouse back. I do. Woodhouse.
I know, and it was interesting because it was mentioned frequently enough in this episode. It wasn't just a little one-off mention, so it made me think, okay, what direction are they going with this?
The flyers, it's just like a perfect, it just makes me think of the line from season 1. What? He thinks he's people. But yeah, so let's get into the big comeback in this episode, and just Just everybody say it with me. Scott, you know what I'm talking about. You at home, I want you to say it out loud with me. Why is there a vagina in the sink?
Best way to end an episode ever. Ever.
I know that's jumping to the end, but it's the best line I've heard.
It is.
It might be the best line of the season.
Best line of the season, best line of the series right there. I mean, that's the way to end an episode if you're going to end an episode. That was great.
You have Lana in her lingerie. Her head, she's got her pearl necklace on, her hair's done up real nice. She's got this angry look on her face. Why is there a vagina in the sink? But so Katya shows up, and here was, because the drones they called her. Here's what the only thing that confused me, and maybe they just didn't need to go into it, is like, what did they say to like get her over there?
I know, right?
She's with the hey buddy guy.
Right, exactly.
Like, they seem to be doing fine. They're having some nice like reading time.
I know, it was so funny though. You're like, you're seeing that, you're like, okay, well maybe that's why. You know, they're not having any intimacy there. I mean, they maybe just a little too much. I don't know. It's too comfortable now.
Katya,
she thought of the risky edginess of Archer, and she couldn't resist.
Yeah, but it seemed like that she was like doing him like a favor.
Yeah.
Like they were like, "We need your help with this," and she's like, "All right,
okay,
all right, you got it. I know I'm the head of the KGB,
yeah,
and you work for the CIA, but sure, why not?
Right.
But okay, I'll let it slide just because to get Katya in there was hilarious.
Right. I would like to know what it would have been that they would have said to get her to go over there. And it was, but it was funny. I have to go to America, which has nothing to do with the phone call that did not happen just now.
I like that they acknowledged the fact that like she wouldn't have been around for certain recurring jokes. Well, he goes, no, figuratively. I mean, you wouldn't be around for that. Like, they could have easily just kept going there, and we would have just laughed along. But they called it out.
They did.
And it's great. They know, they've tracked where the character falls. I wonder if there's a writer's assistant.
I was just going to say that. I wonder if there's someone whose job it is, and there must be, that just has to keep track of all of that. Yeah, there's a room with a wall with, like, all the references and all the stuff, and like I could just see strings of being attached to each
all
thing.
The different runners, like the running gags,
like
that. There's
got to be like charts, and so it's got to be crazy.
So we introduced phrasing here. We used it here, and then we have a 3-episode gap, and then we have 4-episode gaps that we don't use it too much.
And all the characters. I mean, it's got to be some kind of crazy setup to be able to keep track of all that. I can only imagine.
Or we're just giving them way too much credit, and it's just a funny joke.
Yeah. But I do believe there's probably someone's job that's just to sit there and go through a lot of that stuff and keep track.
Some great, what was some other great moments in Katya's sequence? I
mean, just her comments too. You know, it's the same kind of thing where she talks about. She calls Lana the giant negress.
It's like you don't even want to say it 'cause you're like, whoa.
I know, it's horrible.
Whoa, Katya.
And him calling her the berry banger.
I mean, she's tall, but like, and the monster hands aren't really doing her any favors.
And the other things with her upgraded, what was her upgraded system?
Yeah, she now has the entire Kama Sutra. She has a bartender's guide.
And she can, she's got her bondage and.
But it's great for
and things of this nature.
But I gotta say, proud of Archer. Despite all of that, he stood strong.
Yes.
Should have checked the bathroom.
Right, but at the same time, would he have known that the vagina was going to be in the sink? I mean, I have to say he wouldn't have, and it was such a quick turnaround.
It wasn't the first time it's been in there.
I know, but he didn't have any time. You know, it's like she disappeared, he came back in, and then there was no way.
Yeah,
And you knew he was going to get caught because already when she walked in the room and you're like, okay, she's overlooking all that stuff with the messiness in the room. Okay, something's going to happen.
Yeah. And right before, Cheryl dropping me, I still love you. And Lana just, ha! Does Lana... Well, we'll get into that in predictions. But, yeah, so obviously Archer gets caught at that point. Too much hilarity.
Right.
Archer should never have tried to cook. Just order stir fry and put it in a bowl.
All right.
Here's what you do, Archer. It's real simple. Call up a fancy Chinese restaurant. You get them to deliver. You get a walk out. You put it on
in
the
there,
stove,
and then you have it plated. You get your own plates.
Put the
throw all the other stuff away
in the wok. Shuffle it around so that it looks good. Like get some plates. Put the stir fry in that so that the sauce gets on that. It's all and you stack it in the sink so that it looks like you've been cooking. You come in,
get rid of all the carry out stuff.
Yeah, you gotta burn it, incinerate the takeout things. It's a great way. If any guys or girls, everybody cooks sometimes. If you want to get away with it, just burn the takeout stuff, and you can get away with anything.
Take it from Zach. He's done it before.
I think I might have. I'm really trying to think. Like, I actually do cook, but I feel like I've definitely pulled that one. Some other great references. She's basically Groot.
Yes, I had that one written down with a star.
Like we have the after the drone's hot box, the ice cream van.
Oh my god, I know, that was great.
The Rush one would stand out.
Yeah.
Any other favorite moments?
Well, also like little Pam's line too when she was coming in, she's like, "Oh, maybe they'll have a threesome before they break up, or a four-way, and I could be the pizza guy."
Oh my god, can you imagine a sequence where it's Archer, Lana, Katya, and Pam
as the pizza guy,
just going at it?
Right.
That's a weird day.
Yeah,
it's a weird day for everyone involved.
Yes, for sure.
Some other favorite lines. And obviously you're in my slideshow.
Yes. Also, this is an intelligence agency, ostensibly.
I just love with the slideshow one. I love that Archer is just like, yeah, you know, I got it's the bank, like it's just the women that I think about on a regular basis. The slideshow. I've never heard it referred to as the slideshow,
but it makes sense.
But I knew exactly.
No, but it makes sense
what they were talking about.
Like visually, it makes sense.
My cordwainer.
It's like the binder full of women, but cordwainer, yes. Which is
a shoemaker.
Yes, which was great. The part where when she's talking about, oh, I've been so happy lately, and she's like, well, you had a child, and she's like, oh shit, yeah, right. How was Happy Day?
How do you not murder her every day? I do. I love Krieger.
I do too.
All we need from Krieger. He's been great this season.
He has been.
I just want some more acknowledgement of the Krieger clones.
I do too. We need answers on that, people. You've been giving us a lot of other answers and a lot of things this season, but we need to know more about that.
I'm watching you, Adam Reed. Where is my clone bone shout out?
Yes, we need some answers to that.
Clone bone.
And and I also loved, their sweet talk to each other, the smoochy boochy thing, which was funny, and her one off about calling him Julia Childish. So many good lines. So many quick lines there.
Well, before we get out of here, let's move real quick into predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV.
And then after that, I'll do some YouTube shout-outs to you guys, because you're...
Yes.
Actually, no. I'm going to... Because you gotta wait for the predictions. You gotta hear some cool shout-outs, and then you get the predictions.
Then you get the payoff.
Yeah, exactly. That's how Archer
does it,
right? Gustavo Oliveras, thank you for throwing in... he thought that they were going to... there was going to be a marriage proposal by the end of this episode, that it was a misdirect, since they were trying to get broken up.
Wow.
Very much not what happened.
Yeah, but that's interesting to have gone.
It's a good thought,
that direction. Huh.
XL9 points out that a lot of what, the bad things that went down were things that Cheryl was calling out during her tour. Lord Hamilton says, I think this episode will go down as one of the best of the entire series.
Wow.
It was very, think back to last week. It was a very, very good episode.
No, it was. And it was an interesting episode. Again, it's kind of back to its roots. It was just dealing with the office situations, not going out on any missions, not going anywhere. This was an office type situation again, which is what Archer really is when you strip everything else away.
Yeah, B-Day Chick says, I loved Lana's transformation, referring to her little makeover when she lets her hair down. Yeah, I think we can all say that we enjoyed that.
We do.
Moment.
That postnatal yoga still working good for her.
Danita Morton, who says, the plant was like a Triffid. Ray just needs to lose one more arm and an eye, and he can change his name to Steve Austin. I mean, we are building towards... I mean, Ray's just going to get... Krieger's going to build him a bionic hand, right? And then it's Ray versus Barry.
That's what I feel like they're setting it up for.
Yeah, I think we've discussed
he's gonna
this.
Become bionic, more bionic than man.
Yeah. Schmid Terran, I think I got that right. Also, the Krieger moment with the popcorn. It's just a great moment where he's eating the chips or popcorn or whatever it was at the end while he's watching them go at it. God, Krieger, he's so creepy. And
He is.
And then this one, I gotta say, this made me smile. Thank you, Amanda Leville. I'm terrible with those things. I apologize, Amanda. Who says that she has a crush on me? That made me smile ear to ear. Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you, Amanda.
It's okay, man. I have a crush on him too, so.
All right.
How cute.
Now let's talk predictions.
Yes. So,
we get it again.
Back. We get it again. Twice in one episode. I don't know if I can handle that.
Not here. Greg would be having a meltdown.
Greg would be, so it's good that he's not here.
Theremin music overload.
He would not be able to handle this twice in one episode. That's too much.
What do you think it's got?
Well, I want to see where Milton is because I've been missing my Milton. I need some more bread popping out of a toaster.
He's probably with Woodhouse.
Right. I'm like, is he out in the search for Woodhouse? Like, what's going on with that? Because, at first I thought they were going to bring him up when they brought up the whole copy machine thing. And they didn't. So I was like, damn it, where is he?
What if Woodhouse is with Milton and Woodhouse has been just surviving on toast? Nothing but toast. Right.
We've got to get an answer for Woodhouse. I'm optimistic that now that they brought him up in multiple mentions tonight, that it's going to be that they're bringing him back.
Yeah.
Because we miss him.
I mean, 3 more episodes to go.
Yes.
2 more storylines because I believe our last 2 episodes is a 2-parter.
Yes, like they tend to do. It's a 2-parter again this season. So, yeah. Only 2 more storylines. That's crazy.
Maybe our last... Okay, prediction. The last, that 2-parter, and I haven't looked into what the title is or any of the descriptions or anything, but... What if that last 2-parter is like a manhunt for Woodhouse?
Yes.
Like a Woodhouse, Black Ops, rescue mission.
That would be good.
That's my prediction.
That's a good setup because that would kind of bring in the whole...
To rescue Woodhouse and Milton. They're together. Yes. They've been captured by the Al-Qaeda or something, or what are they called? Their Bonnies. What if they have to rescue him from ISIS?
Oh my god.
Would the show implode if they have to stop an actual terrorist cell named ISIS?
Yeah, it might just implode on itself in a whole entire black hole.
I don't think they'd actually do that.
No, I don't think so either.
But
no.
Yeah. The dark part of me would laugh. Yeah. All right. Let us know, guys. Tweet at us. Put it in the comments. I want to know your prediction.
Yeah, what do you
for
guys
next
think?
week? Put it on iTunes. Head to iTunes. Hit us with a comment and a rating. It really does mean a lot to us. It's a big help to this show and all of the shows here at AfterBuzz when you go on there and comment and rate. So thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Scott, where can the people keep up with you between now and next week?
Next week, they can find me on the Twitter at sman80. That's sman80, and here on Monday nights for Looking Season 2.
Cool. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at @ZachWilson, ThatZachWilson, and a whole bunch of shows here at AfterBuzz. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Grimm comes back in a few weeks. Better Call Saul. If you've been watching Better Call Saul, tune in on Monday. We're going to have a very cool guest that I'm going to announce on the show on Monday. Guys, I'm Zach Wilson, and thanks for geeking out with us.
And I'm Scott Moore.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.